What's good, everybody? What is good? Welcome back to my personal hell, that is, Reckoning at the Gun Manor. With the Loathing, of course. Like, comment, and subscribe, help us if you're watching at this point. Without further ado, let's get back into this. My long, ever-growing list of problems that is the East Coast. Fun! Now. Oh yeah, I said the subscribe bit. Now. We're just gonna get right into this. I have a glass eye, so I can probably help one of the ghosts. The thing is, it's like whenever I find something to help one ghost, like 10 more show up with problems. Now we're in the music room, and I guess we're gonna look at some music, because music makes me feel better. It helps me forget about my problems. And hopefully this game. Who am I kidding? I'm gonna get to 50 episodes where I don't even know where it is anywhere near done. Let's see here. This is a pretty nice music room. What sort of music do you like, Dog Alice? Everything except country and raps and rails. Okay. Florence, what's going on? About the current location, that is. That ghost is gonna be tapping when we're finished with him. Sure. He won't be playing anything at all when we're finished with him. Right. Maybe we should start playing taps now. And if maybe we should start playing taps now. And if he hurls, we'll finish all at the same time. Maybe. I'll ask him and see what he thinks. Let's see here. A mostly decaying pile of old music books that search for them. Almost all of them are dry rotten and moth-eaten and falling apart at the touch. You do find a copy of Dueling Banjos in reasonable shape, though. There's some sheet music on this piano. Grab it. Weird. It's blank. You got an item. Black sheet music. Play the banjo. Play banjo duels. Let's see here. I can't play banjo duels by myself. I can't play banjo duels by myself. I do have enough I don't have enough arms. Sorry. I only play the organ pipe and not very well. If that's an organ, if that's a bygone pipe, how do you know? I know about you, Alice. How about you, Alice? No thanks. I'm busy. Doing what? Drinking while not playing the piano. You guys are no fun. I swear, you guys are unreliable at times. Well, except you, Doc Alice. You're very reliable. But for this specific time, you guys are being unreliable. What's this thing? This is a brunette, or this is a bastion, whatever. And this is a bastion, whatever. And you know what they say. It makes that, and you know what it say. It makes an ass out of an in and what? And what? Boo! Okay, real person here. That's what you're doing. This woman doesn't seem to be interested in anything other than cranking that handy gurney. Oh, she's actually playing music. Disconnect the crank. You dastardly disconnected the crank from the handle guitar without alarming the woman's attention. But in turn out, But it turns out you need to have fostered her. She continues to crank the blindly wide-eyed, even though there's nothing attached. You grab the end of the crank and pull. You grab the end of the crank and pull her very slowly to the gift shop, where you find a facility, whatever, to plug her into. Welcome to the visitor center. She seems just as happy here as she was before. It must be nicer to have a ceiling. Oh, okay, so music here, great. Well, I did save quite a few people. Let's look around. Let's see about the people we saved. Okay, no, I don't have anyone. There wasn't much point in talking to this guy the last time, and there's definitely no point in doing it again. Okay. Souvenirs. Hey, this is the sober. It's the yeah, he's sober. The guy from the bar cart is leaning heavily against the display shot glasses with different names etched into them. A sign on a display reads "Personalized shot glasses, 113 meat." The guy picks up a bottle stashed beneath the display and fills the shot glass labeled "Sell." Is that your name? Sell? The guy squints at the shot glass. Sure. He knocks back the shot and tosses the glass over his shoulder before picking up and finding another one. Now it's Squirt. Squirt. Boy. Buy a shot glass, I guess. You give the guy 113 meat and fish around the display until you find one with your name on it. You lose that much meat. You got a personalized Gun Manor shot glass. Oh, no point in buying another one. Let's see what this does. This is a personalized souvenir shot glass from the Gun Manor. You're excited to use it now that you're finally old enough to drink. Gain XP when you drink booze. Good, nice. That's not gonna encourage my drinking one bit. Blank music sheet. This is either a blank music sheet or some kind of weird note paper with every 6th line missing. This is a book of sheet music for the classic song Dueling Banjos. There's a library card written on the spine. Oh yeah, and these are things. Well, I'm pretty sure I already did that. Hey! Oh, it's you. My hero. I'm busy. You're not a thief, so you're gonna have to wait until someone you can pay before. You're not a thief, so you're gonna have to wait until there's someone you can pay before you can get any of this candy. The photography center is unattended, and you don't know how to use this kind of camera. Snacks. Unfortunately, there's nobody here to sell you snacks right now. Info. There's an info desk here. Ask for some info. Maybe you can help me on some of my missions and stuff. Oh, hey there! Thanks again for freeing me from that book. You still kind of you still kind of have marks where the engraved patches into your face. I'm hoping they fade with time, but if not, I can always quiz myself while shaving. So, what do you do here? I provide information. Want some? Sure. Great, great. That's what I'm here for. What would you like to know? What can I tell you? What can you tell me about walks? The Gun Manor. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. Mrs. Gunn had built. Mrs. Gunn had it built in the mid '70s when she and her husband decided to start a family. It was finished in the 1877 with a 8 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, plus a whole host of modern conveniences like electric lights, coal fuel burners, and a bowling alley. My personal favorite room was the library, but I guess you already knew that. Mrs. Gunn donated the house to the Hysterical Society in the 1891. In 1891, with the provision that we kept the place properly maintained, and sent meals up to her room in the kitchen, and sent meals up to her room in the kitchen dumbwaiter. She actually never came out of her room since then, although she still communicates via the telephone or the house intercom. Anything else you would like to know? She never came out the room? What about... Mr. Gunn. Yeah, Mrs. Gunn. Her full name is Terry Oliver Gunn, but infamously, she goes by Terry. She was born in that time to Reginald and whatever. Her mother was a math and founded members of the Western Society. Blah blah blah. Okay, interesting. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to know about her. She's a very privileged person, especially after she gave the house to the Hysterical Foundation and locked herself in her room for 40 years ago. The Gunn family. Well, let's see. She married his name and that thing. He was an inventor of the splat remover. Did you know that? They made an invention in conversation 3 years prior. Just decided to take her last name because she had wanted to call his inventions official choppers, and was always a little annoyed that people called him after his interests. They had 3 daughters named Nat. That's nice. Unfortunately, Dan finished seriously. Shortly after Walter was born, nobody knew what happened to him. Although it gradually assumed that he was killed by bandits when he was on the road to the gun industry business. And then all 3 daughters went missing the year after. They went to summer camp, and they just never heard from again. No reason, no ransom notes or anything. Mrs. Gunn was never the same after that. Naturally, she started blaming on ghosts. Though as far as I know, there hasn't really been no ghost activity here until the other day. Walks. Great. I know a ton about walks. I know a ton of stuff about walks now. Specifically Geno's walks, guaranteed walks, particularly. Did you know that guarantees and frequency use material tell me another one. Yeah, I'm just going down here. I want to see if he gives me something. Okay, so we pretty much confirmed that that's all that's here. This place is looking pretty lively, I will give it that. Okay, so back to the mission at hand. I have the glass eye, so technically speaking, I could help, the clerk. I could help her, second floor, actually. I could help her out. I could give her an eye, and I'll be at least one thing off my plate. And hopefully without her here, I'll be able to just go for the door. Hey. Hey, by the way, how about this glass eye? Yeah, kind of. How kind, but thank you very much. She takes the glass eye from you and puts it in, and she puts the glass eye from you and puts it in. Wherever about. However, though, it falls through her and onto the floor. She tries as she picks it up. Oh dear, oh dear, it's a little too physical. Yeah. I wasn't certain that was going to work. Don't worry, this is an easy fix. Do you have a hammer I can borrow? A hammer? I do actually. Yes. That will do nicely. Thank you. She takes the hammer, places the glass eye on her desk, and smashes it with a precision crack. And smashes it with a pristine crack. Ah, perfect. She gives you back the hammer, and she gives you back the hammer, and plugs the ghost of the eye, and plugs the ghost of the glass eye from the shattered fragments. And plugs the ghost of the glass eye from the shattered fragments. After blowing the dust off of it, she tucks it into her eye socket. That fits much better. Does it work? Well, now that you mention it, no, I can't actually see with it. I can't actually see with it. Is this the ghost of the glass eye after? It's the ghost of a glass eye after all. Oh well. This won't do after all. What a shame. You know, I don't really understand why your eye is still missing. What do you mean? Well, I always assume when someone loses an arm or something, I just assume that whenever someone loses an eye or something, it will just stick around as an arm goes. That's why people say they can steal tricks sometimes, cause you still got an arm there, but it's a ghost, and it's even called a phantom limb syndrome. So logically, if the rest of you becomes a ghost after that, it will hook right back up. But then, where did my eye go? Maybe it got pushed back inside your head. Maybe it got pushed back inside your head. The ghost thinks about this for a second, then shakes her head. No, that seems. Wait, what? I do think I feel something just there. She shakes her head again. My goodness gracious. Keep going. Keep going. It's like one of those puzzles. Where you have to try to get the marble in the right hole. She bends her head forward and continues shaking it. You can almost hear a faint rattling noise, and then a pop. She straightens back up, blinking with two eyes. You did it! Hurrah! You have two eyes again. You're not a freak anymore. Well, I be. Thank you so much, dearie. I would never have thought of that. No problem. Have a nice time in heaven, or whatever. The ghost gives you a friendly wave and then fades out of sight. Well, that was that. I guess I didn't need the glass eye after all. Did you have some stuff here? Some stuff for me? Apparently not. But hey, I can go in here now. Okay, so that's one ghost taken care of. And I do have this book here. Wait a minute. The thing, I didn't look at the guy like that, but actually I want to stay here. But I have this book. Okay, I have this book. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it's almost like it's all coming together. I think I'm getting it. But before I'm going back to the music room because I never talked to the without that lady here to crank it. It's hardly Grimly, and neither hurling or guarding. Oh yeah, I never did talk to you. Since I have a music book, I guess I could. There is a ghost, There is a ghost of an orchestra conductor. Unless he's a ghost of something pretending to be an orchestra, orchestra conductor. Either he's very angry about something, or he's conducting Flight of the Bumblebee. Talk to him, but sorry to interrupt, but I can't actually hear the music. What are you conducting? It is the finale of the year that by that. Oh, that. That would have been my second guess. Here, is your orchestra like double ghost or something? What? Wait. I see. I see. No. There is no orchestra. I merely have this. I nearly have this piece of music. Music abruptly locked into my head. It's been nagging at me increasingly ever since I died. Ask about his death. This is just a guess. Did you die during the performance of that? That is correct. Very astute of you. And the finale of that piece featured a real, actual cannon, right? Is that how you died? If it was my fault to be slain, if it was my fate to be slain by a piece of music, cannons would have been far more presumable, would have been far more preferable to my other fantastic whatever demise. What happened? The overtune required several cannons. Besides, it is impossible to load a single cannon quickly enough to fire it as the score demands. However, the stage was performed on what could have not been propelled to wait. What did you do? I was not informed of the defect until it was far too late. Until it was far too late to make any changes. It transpired that the stage manager decided it would be sufficient to give a box of bullets to the tuba player. You were shot by a tuba. I was shot by a tuba, as you say, by a tuba. Of all the things to get shot by, a tuba. Wow, no wonder you ended up as a ghost. Wow, no wonder. It is such the ridiculousness of my death that troubles me. Really, accuracy happens as a way of the performance arts. A colleague of mine with description, whatever, during my performance of that note. Such are the tasks that we are to, God. The problem is that number Over 2 was final. It is a dramatic. Dramatic pan, an engaging piece, with the music construction replaying itself in my head. I have utterly been able to find any peace. I see if I can think of a way to help. Okay, I don't really understand what half of what he's saying. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell from my reading of it, but yeah. I'll just come back to him or look up something for him. Let's go to the kids' room. Let's talk to some kids, because I love kids. It's a doll mine. How adorable. Look at all the little miners and mine carts and mine shafts and bones of mine stone. But what's this? It's a tiny stick of dynamite in a little borehole. It's a toy, and this toy is interactive. You got an item, tiny stick of dynamite. Well, let's look at some of the rooms. Oh yeah, there's my jam. Yeah, the jam that's popular with the kids. This is a much nicer Faraday, and this is a much nicer Faraday for the den of the average foreigner teen, for the then average regular whatever teen, fortune teen. Gossy yourself up a bit. Use the various powders and creams and palms to make yourself slightly more pursuitable. Don't mind if I do. Hey, it's some cool kid, someone that kids are into. I assume. I think. It's a Dennis Burns poster. One sinner is loose. See what's behind it. Ah! Okay, I should have saw that one coming. There's a padded skirt in here. That's sort of like legless pants. It's worth a try. You got an item, padded skirt. Cool. It's a box of science stuff. Grab it. A light. Turn it off. There should be no lights here. Looks like someone forgot to book under the bed. Take a look. You got Steffi here. The title is Fun Law. Fun Law. Rules for 71 polar games in assortment children's nursery rhymes. Well, whatever. You got an item. Fun Law. Wait a minute. Law. If this is about law, maybe I can use that to I can probably use that to get the book about actual law, like gun law and all that. What is this devilish music? It's good music. Turn it off. You yank the needle away from the center and hide the handle away. What is this devilish fight? Turn it on. You place the needle on the center and crank. Okay. Another book. Someone has been slacking on their geometry homework. Tisk. Do it for them. You decide to just take the book with you and do the assessment later. You got another item, geometry textbook. Okay. Just gonna leave that playing. It's a blank chalkboard. Write something. You monster! Why would you write that? Damn it. Stop scaring me. That is a grown man. That is a fully grown man. Florence, what do you have to say about this predicament? What's cracking? Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, you know what? I'll keep the science junk for a bit. Oh man. Oh jeez. We gotta take care of that. We gotta take care of this one fast. What are you talking about? She's just a little girl. have you ever have you ever spent any time around small kids? Never noticed how their mood swings how their mood swings are as parallel as drunks, and having a tendency to be selfish and unpredictable because those parts of their brain haven't developed yet. Well, I mean, you're in charge here for some reason. I don't really understand. But if that kid's hair falls over her face, and she starts crawling around backwards on the ceiling. I'm thinking. I'm talking about how bad dolls and the need to be punished. Don't say I didn't warn you. Something tells me you don't like kids. It's a toy box. Who knows what horrors it contains? Let's find out. You got an item. Stuffed gun. Huh? Less mashable than you were expecting. Well, this is a gun manor. Hey, look. It's some wooden blocks with letters on them. Play with them. Ah! This is more of a 3.5 poster bed because it's for a little girl. Let's see what's going on here before I end this episode. This little girl goes to serving imaginary tea to her guests. The doll, white, terrifying, is legitimately different, insignificant, whatever. The museum employee, on the other hand, is playing along with a ridiculous ransom grin on his face. The little girl wears an annoyed and disappointing frown. Hello there. My name is Clarence. Can I join your tea party? If you want to, but it's a little, but it's a terrible tea party. Oh, what's wrong? You aren't having fun, little girl. Yeah, you keep calling me little, see what's gonna happen. All I have is this dumb made-up tea. I want a proper tea party, like Mama told me to. Tell me more about that party. We went to a real tea room. It was so pretty. There were faces and flowers in them, and everyone were all dressed up in suits and pretty dresses, and there were white child teacups for the tea, real tea, not imaginary. Well, that sounds very nice. It was so nice, and everyone was so polite and charming and elegant. Until the flight started away. Stayed away. There was a flight? Well, two of the gentlemen there got into an argument. I don't know about what, but I guess one of them said something the other one didn't like, and it was so intriguing. He threw his tea right in the man's face, and then they took out their guns and started shooting at each other right in the tea room. Those monsters! Whoa! And then they were still very elegant. Though. They had little silvers and iron pistols, and they kept their pinkies out. What? And they kept their pinkies out the whole time. A fancy gunfight. Boy, I would love to get into one of those. Pinkies are always up, because that's the only way to be fancy. Pinkies are always up. I never take my pinky down. Anyway, I don't remember the rest very well, except one of them missed the other and shot me by mistake. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thanks, but it's alright. Heaven's supposed to be really nice, so I guess I don't mind so much. But I didn't get to finish my tea party, so I want to have another one before I go. Except I don't have any tea. I don't have any tea, and make-believe tea isn't any fun anymore.
Okay, I'll see if I can find some actual tea for you. Wait a minute, I have tea service. This guy has a smile frozen on his face, and his eyes start around, panicking as he pretends to sip tea. One eye twitches as he tries to whisper out to you out the corner of his mouth. What's that? A drop of sweat rolls down his brow, and he stares at the little ghost who doesn't seem to have noticed. Help. Still not getting it. Can you speak up? His hands are shaking as if he was holding actual tea. It probably would have shattered by now. He's hissing at you through his clenched teeth. Help me! Sorry, I can't understand you. Bye. You know what? 5 minutes is not gonna help. But I have tea service. Yeah, I have tea. Wait, oh, there's no tea in it. But I have tea service. Okay, so that's probably something in the kitchen. You don't trust this horse one bit. Can I shoot it? I don't trust it, so I shoot it. Okay, it is old now. It is old. The movie is old. They stopped that series. And by the way, the first one is the only good one. I don't care about the sequels when they're, just figure I put that out there. It's full of baby supplies you don't understand, like sweetening Pampers and feeding rattles. Well, I have a feeling there's a jump scare waiting for that, just waiting for the opportunity to get me. Looks like this is where the creepy music is coming from. Let's see here. Blank sheet music. Describe it. Oh. This teddy bear has been completely, in that other word, disemboweled. Oh, hey. This stuffing would be perfect for making a silencer. Sorry, Teddy. This is for the greater good. You got an item. Water stuffing. So apparently, I'm still doing the make a silencer thing. Whatever. The comparatives of this painting is bad in every way. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna describe this, and I do have a black sheet, so you write down all of the spooky notes and got an item. Spooky lullaby music. Spooky lullaby music. Well, I only have so much more time in this episode, but maybe, just maybe, is this what you want? Let's see if I can help you. Okay, darn. Okay, so let's go over some things. The music room has that. That room has that. I don't really know what I'm doing at this point. Let's go back to the first floor, because I do have a something that's like it. And you know what? Let's go to the cellar. We're gonna go to the cellar. Oh yeah, I forgot about your science stuff. Here, Florence, take this science stuff. Found some science-related stuff you may be interested. Ooh, I love science junk. Thank you. What is this thing? Oh, well, wherever it is, I'm sure it's safe. Wherever it is, I'm sure it's safe. Florence attaches some of the science doohickeys you gave her to her weird pack. Florence, gun damage has increased. She learned a new skill, medical gas. Oh, nice. If only I could take you outside the main campaign, that would be incredibly useful. It's a box of old photos. Look through it. How did I not get this before? Hey, one of these is a picture of that other guy. Okay, so maybe now that I know some things, like, I can actually fix up some things. Well, let's see about the silencer thing. It's a workbench with a device on it. Examine it. You look at the tools on the workbench. It's a silencer. You got the right size tin can. Okay, so that's what the can was for. And you got some stuffing of parts of the Dixie. Make a silencer. Alright. You drill a hole in each end of the can and carefully remove the beams. Then you soak up the stuffing in a fat of accusement damping whatever chemicals and carefully jam it into the can. Voila, you got an item, a silencer. Mess with them. You haven't done any damage here. Okay, so I have a silencer. I think I'm getting stuff done. Do I want the silencer on my pistol? This is a can of stuffing designed to make it more easier for you to shoot people at Thanksgiving dinner without getting noticed. Here's a picture of him. This is not at all efficient as it is a gun, but it's also not at all efficient as a beater gun, whatever. Well, can I read any of you guys? Wolfies would probably understand this, but you sure as hell don't. Plaited skirt, my personalized glass. If you want to learn how to play kids, well, whatever, in that. Okay, I'm gonna read this. You flip through the book. Unassumedly, it's mostly about the way bored kids can stay out of their parents' hair for 5 darn minutes. It's also just a little tag on the spine indicating where it came from in the museum library. Okay, so I could probably use this. Okay, I think I'm getting things, guys. I think I'm figuring things out. I'm figuring it out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this kitchen, and I should be able to help 2 of the people here. Is this the picture you want? I found the picture. I found an old picture that actually looks like you. I found an old picture that actually looks like you. Here you go. First you'll be recording. Ah, Martha Thief! What a resemblance! Yeah, it's a pretty decent picture. Good thing lights travel faster than bullets. Now, my image will not be lost. Further to see, Flint's words. I am speaking of French. He hangs the photo in the window and disappears into nothingness. Oh, magnificent. I don't know French, by the way. Ah, that looks much better than him. Kilts are manly. How about this skirt? Look. I don't know. Look, I understand that the generation of clothing maybe shouldn't be a thing, but I'm kind of old-fashioned, you know. Here, did you say skirt? I mean kilt. What's a kilt? It's a special kind of foreign legless pants for men. Here, try it. The ghost ties the skirt. I mean kilt. Hey, these are really nice. But thanks a lot. With his pants problem solved, he disappears into nothing. Okay, so that's a bunch more ghost help. And the end of this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Honestly, I do. Be sure to tune in next time for the next episode as you read and I just do things. Yeah. But hey, watch the next episode, please. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Later. Subscribe, by the way.